Hello, everybody. Sorry about being late. I had misplaced my headphones. So we're going to try this tonight. Hopefully it will run better than it did last week. You guys were about 3 minutes behind what I was actually saying last week. So fingers crossed that this goes better. So let's see who's here. Hello, Janice. Hey, Cheryl and Tippy Joy. There's Brandy. Hello, Diamond Queen. Hi, Danielle. Odd but nice. There's Brian. Hello, everyone. There's Dearly Crafted. Hey, hey. Creative Mayhem. Hello, Elizabeth. Welcome, everybody. Hello, Dawn Marie. Okay, so found my headphones. I got my fan on because it is hot here, you guys. Like 100 plus. Summer is back in full force here in Texas, and frankly, it can go away again, and I would be just fine with it not being hot here. Hello, Catherine. Hi, Dawn. Hey, Phyllis. There's Rob. Ooh, lurking and melting. So Rob's got it hot over there in the UK as well. But he has stayed up to hang out with us for a little while. Okay, so let's talk about a few things. So this week and last week, I've really struggled with some mental health things and the depression and just like wanting to be social. So I am fully aware of that. So I thank you all for being here, even though I haven't been to a lot of things the last couple of weeks. I did get some stitching done, as you can see. Not a whole lot, but I did get her braid finished over here and the tops of her shoulders here. And then I went to put this collar in, and you guys can't tell, but the collar was supposed to be done in these two colors. Now, this is white. This is 3865. We all know what color that is. This is 762, which is like a silvery white. So I was watching TV when I went to do this. And I did the entire collar in this 762 instead of in the white. You can't really tell, so I'm okay with it. I'm going to leave it. But I'm pretty sure that I have counted this like way wrong. So I was talking with Mayhem. I think what I'm going to do, so as not to have to frog this whole thing, I think I'm going to go ahead and complete the other half of her hair, complete this bottom part, and then bring this other collar in because it's got collar on both sides. So as you can see, there's the first point and then there's the second point. So I think I'm going to do this side before I tear this side out and redo it. And if it looks okay, I'm just going to leave it. Pretty sure. Whoop. Drop your pattern. It's always a good plan. Anywho. So that's kind of where we're at with all of that stuff. I may not have counted that wrong, but I really think I have. Yeah, so we did that. And then, I have all these things. I really do think of things to talk about all week long. And then when we get to it, I forget. So, forgive me if I'm not real entertaining tonight. Still kind of in a mood. But this week, I have been watching Shark Week on Discovery Channel. I've watched Shark Week for several years now. I love Shark Week. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to go swim with sharks or anything. I just want to look at them on the TV because they're pretty. And that's about it. So, yeah. Where is my Snag Nabbit? So this is a cool little tool that I found here. And it's got, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this. it's got these little catches on the top. You can see the difference. Yeah, you can kind of see it. I know it's blurry, but it's got these little catches on the top to catch your thread. So like I have one here that thread pulled through and it wasn't supposed to. So basically you should be able to kind of wiggle this through your hole and pull those back through to the back side of your project, and I really like it. So I think it's called a Snag Nabbit. Like ridges on the chips. Yes, Mayhem, like ridges on the chips. Yeah, it's called a Snag Nabbit. SNAGNABIT. Snag Nabbit. And it was only like $2 or $3. So I figured that would be great because I have a problem in my stitching, and I think it's because I get going too fast sometimes. And I'll get one and the stitch is not down like it's supposed to be. Like there's a little bubble kind of a thing happening. So I figured I would try that and see if that worked. And so far it's worked really well. I really enjoy it. So hello, Linda. And if I missed anybody coming in, I apologize. Everybody is being very friendly and saying hi. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I know everybody else appreciates that. I personally, I know a lot of people have feelings about this, but I really like it when you go into a live, when someone comes into a live and people say hi. Like, I feel like if you walked into a room, people would say hi or they would wave or something. So I feel like people should do that on YouTube. Just my personal feelings on it. I know some people have opposite feelings on it, but yes, I will never discourage that on my channel. So we're going back into the 310 life here. Yeah, so Robert feels like a big family. Hello, Robert. Yeah, I feel very welcome when I come in somewhere and everyone starts saying hi. Otherwise, like you go in, one or two people will say hi and you're just like, okay, well, hey. You know what I mean? Again, just my personal feelings. So, yeah, no problem, Elliot. Go for it. Okay, so let's see. Let me pull my pattern where I can actually see it. Shocker, I know. All right, so I'm going to just be filling in all of this black that goes down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that is my final line right there. So it's probably not going to be a lot of fun to watch. But yeah, we're just going to fill in some black. Sorry about the lighting. And the flies and the gnats this year are... Does anybody else have flies really bad at their house? They're so bad over here. Maybe a southern thing. Hey, Wolfpack. Hello. I hope you had a good vacation. So she got to go to the lake. I am excited that I get to go have a stitchy date this weekend with some of the DFW cross stitchers. Just to be like somewhere different. It'll be a very small group in someone's house. Oh, thank you, Danielle. She says she's enjoying my St. Jude pattern. I'm so glad. So many of you guys have donated, and I want to say thank you for that. This year, we have raised more than double what we raised last year. And that is all because of you guys. You know, I do donate, but I can't do all of it on my own. And I'm very aware of that. So I'm glad that I can create something that you guys enjoy having. Last year we did the stickers, I decided that was just too much this year. And so I had come up with that cross stitch pattern instead as my incentive. And I am so glad that you guys are enjoying stitching it, that it's all working out for you and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, Creative Mayhem was telling me she did finish the border today. And I am aware that border is pretty intense, but I love it. Hello, Rhonda. Welcome. So I haven't cross-stitched a whole lot. I have been watching, like I said, a lot of Shark Week. And then I also watched the movie Military Wives. It's about military wives in England. And they formed a choir and ended up getting to sing at the Royal Albert Hall for the Festival of Remembrance, I think is what it's called, that they do over there. And it was a really good movie. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was ugly crying by the end of it. For reals. Like, for real ugly crying. So, but it was a good cry. So I'd watched it, and then I've seen a couple come out on Netflix that I kind of want to watch, like Netflix originals that I'm kind of interested in seeing. And then the Emma, the new adaptation that came out right as all of the quarantine stuff started. And they wanted $20 for it when it came out, but you were only renting it. You weren't buying it. I was like, no, I'm going to wait for it to actually come out, and then I'll buy it for $20 instead of renting it. So I think I'm going to probably do that one, watch that one this weekend. Maybe. Yeah, ugly crying can be very therapeutic. You're right. So what is my stitch count? I'm stitching on, I think it's a 16, but it might be a 14. I'm not sure. I don't keep count of my actual stitches because I like to work off of paper patterns. And so I'd have to like actually count them. And let's be honest, I can't even keep track of what I'm actually supposed to be doing, much less counting my stitches. But this pattern calls for, let's see what it calls for. Hold on just a second. I can tell you that. This is the Witchy Stitcher. She's got her own website, and then you can also find her on Etsy. So it's patterned by the Witchy Stitcher, and it's called I'm Not Perky. And find my page here. Okay, I don't know where my instruction page is. I'm pretty sure this calls for a 14 count fabric. So I think. So that's what we're working with. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just like all over the place as usual when I kind of go downhill. Hey, diamond in the rough. Looks like 16 count. It may be a 16 count. I honestly can't remember, you guys. Yeah, I do like my paper patterns because you can mark all over them and it's not a big deal. I like to physically be able to mark out stuff and make notes and things like that. And also, I don't have anything Android, so I can't download Pattern Keeper, which seems to be the best pattern reading software. So I feel like if I can't get what I want, I shouldn't pay for something else. So I will make do with paper patterns for now. And this one was a PDF download. Mistria says, can I just say you're stitching one of my favorite shows and movies? Yeah, Wednesday Addams is like my Patronus. So, have I seen the movie 12 Strong? I have not. So, I have to be just kind of careful with military movies, just because of, the experiences with that. Some of you know that. I'm not in a frame of mind to get into it tonight. So, I'll just say that. So, I'm very careful with what I watch. I've always really enjoyed learning about World War II. And then when I started with the Scottish Society a couple years ago, I did a big series over World War I, and the role that the Scottish people played in World War I. And I found out a lot of stuff that I didn't know. I went down a lot of rabbit holes. Because, in school, they teach a lot about World War II. They don't teach a lot about World War I. And so I learned a lot that I did not know about World War I. I found it very fascinating. You wanted to name your first child Wednesday, but your hubby said no. Well, I mean, it probably was a good choice not to, but I get it. Oh, have a good night at work, Fee. Or good day. Good day. Or sleeping, or whichever schedule that we're on this week. So, and then, hey, Tebecca snuck in. Hey, girl. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So I went down this rabbit hole of World War I stuff, and like just the way that warfare tactics changed in that century, the larger role of women in that war. You guys, I'm fascinated by history. I'm not going to lie to you. I really am a proponent of, if you do not know your history, you are doomed to repeat it. And to me, just the way that people lived, the way that they came up with things to make their lives easier, all of that kind of stuff. I really thought about being, and am still thinking about it, being a living history reenactor, or even just a costumer, because let's be honest, I want to wear those really cool dresses that they used to wear. I don't care if my people would have worn them or not. It is 2020, and if I want to wear an antebellum ball gown, I should be able to do it. Okay? Mostly so I can stand there and swish the hoop skirt. But we all know every girl has this. Or, well, I won't say every girl. A lot of girls want to do this, okay? I want to wear the really cool fashions. And yes, even if that means wearing a corset, or as they are actually referred to as stays, I'm okay with that. I've worn a corset before. It's not that bad, you guys. It's really not. And a lot of the myths that we think about corsets are not true. Frankly. So yeah, and I did find, so I've gone down a rabbit hole. So there's a whole group of, they call them like historical costumers or whatever here on YouTube. And I'd watched a couple of them before for some Scottish things. And I thought about, for the Scottish festivals, instead of wearing my kilt, actually making a proper 17th or 18th century is technically what it is. So the 1700s, when most Scots immigrated, Battle of Culloden, a lot of Scottish history happened. Important Scottish history happened in the 1700s. And I thought about making an actual historically accurate dress to wear at the festivals, and then it's a talking point. So when people come up, we can talk about how they wore them, the actual, what women actually wore, because women didn't wear kilts and all of that kind of stuff. I was like, you found my pattern on Etsy. What? You found the pattern I'm working on Etsy. Thank you. I'd nice. Sorry. Yeah. So you guys know, like, yeah. So I found here in Dallas, I found a costumers guild. And so they have several events throughout the year and they dress in different periods of clothing. So they'll go to the Kimball Art Museum, which is one of our big museums here, and they will see a new exhibit that has come in, and they'll all wear their Victorian style dresses, um, which of course expands, several years. The Victorian period lasted a very long time. And then they'll have a tea, and then they'll all dress in their Georgian era. So like Pride and Prejudice, those dresses that you see in those movies, that's the Georgian era type style. They'll dress in those dresses. And then they'll go to, something that has more of a 20s theme or a 40s theme or different things like that. So yes, Linda, this is counted cross stitch. So Sherilyn Tippy Joyce says her family came over on the Mayflower. Mine weren't too far behind you. Only a few years later. Elizabeth says you got a new back brace before the lockdown. It reminds me of a corset since it has a front piece that goes up your front side and supports more of your back. Yeah, they're actually really good for your posture because they make you sit up straight and pull your shoulders back. And so they're actually really good. They help build up the muscles in your stomach. Brian says his history teacher was a Civil War reenactor. It's pretty cool. A little weird, but pretty cool. It's very expensive. Mayhem thought I said costumer's guilt. Like, wait, is that a thing? And then I realized you said guild. Yes, a guild. I don't want to think about air conditioning due to lack of air conditioning. Oh, gosh. Sorry, Rob. But yeah, so I had thought about, making a dress. Now, granted, okay, so I was looking. I went down this whole rabbit hole. She had, okay, let me stop and go back a little bit. So one of the things that kept me from doing that is the fact that I'm not white. And most reenactors, costumers, those kinds of things, most of them are white. And there's always that fear of when you walk into a room of people that don't look like you, what kind of reception are you going to get? Most of the time, I can kind of shrug that off. It's not that big a deal. I know most people are not racists. However, it does take a toll sometimes. And so that was one of my big things. So one of the girls that I watch on YouTube, she had a panel here a couple of weeks ago at the end of July with all her entire panel, and there was like 7 or 8 of them. They were all non-white historical costumers or reenactors. And I thought that was really cool because then you get things from their perspective. And I know for a lot of you, this is not relevant. This is just what I'm talking about today. So, but yeah, I still think it would be cool to have the whole outfit. I did look up because the hardest part of that, so a basic outfit, and you guys tell me if you want me to change subjects, just tell me. And I will. But so a basic 17th or 18th century, 1700s outfit for a woman. Okay. You would have your shift or your chemise. So think of a long nightgown. And then you would have your stockings or like knee-high pantyhose would be our equivalent. So stockings. And they would be different weights depending on the season. And then you would put on your stays or your corset over the top of your shift because your corset doesn't touch your skin because you can't wash them. So that's why you have your shift on. And then over the top of that, you would put on your pockets, depending on where in the 18th century that you're at. So they would have these huge pockets that they would put on, and they would sit on either side of your hip, and they would just tie around your waist. And then you had like pockets. So women used to have pockets. They don't have pockets anymore. They're getting better, but yeah, so they would put their pockets on, and then your petticoats would go over that. And then over the top of that, you would put on your outer skirt, which would be decorative. And then you would put on your bodice, basically. And it was usually like a jacket type of thing. And you would actually pin it closed, and you would put the pins into your corset, into your stays. And then you would have a bonnet or a hat of some kind that you would wear. So yeah, there's a lot of layers. And you have to have all of those layers for the dress to fit right. So if you guys, I know we've talked about it before, but Hamilton, their dresses are kind of accurate, but not completely, because they have to be able to move and dance. They're pretty close within what you would have worn. Yeah, so here's the thing, though, is everybody says that, but just like your kilts are traditionally made out of wool. There's different weights of wool. So like if you think about, you have different weights of t-shirts. So you have a t-shirt that's kind of heavy, it's kind of thick. And then you have a t-shirt that's super light and is almost see-through when you put it on. Your kilts come in different weights. So your wool comes in different weights. And most other fabric does as well. And all of the fabric that they used back then was all natural fabric. It was wool, linen, cotton. All of those are very breathable fabrics. So even though you have on a lot of layers, you're not wearing synthetic layers, if that makes sense. So you would still sweat, you would still do all of those things. I'm not saying it's cool by any means, but it's really not any different than wearing a pair of blue jeans and a long sleeve shirt. It's about that same amount of layering. So the natural fabrics make all the difference. And some of these dresses, you guys, oh my goodness, they have gone, wow. Like, wow. I can't even believe people can sew like that still. Honestly. So I looked up stays online because I would not be making those because that's a lot more advanced than my sewing skills. And a basic pair of 17th century stays, to have them made, is about $400. Yeah. $400. Like, are you freaking kidding me right now? Yeah. So, like I said, it's really cool. I would really like to do it, but that's a lot of money. That's a prom dress. Yeah. Yeah, that's just the stays. We're not talking about the dress, anything else. That's just the stays. So you guys can tell this is a very expensive hobby. Now, if my sewing skills were better, the fabric is actually not that expensive for like your underpinnings. So your chemise, your you know, all of those kinds of things are really not that expensive depending on what fabric that you get. But yeah, needless to say, I was like, all right, let's think about this some more. We might need to slow our roll a little bit. Hey, Tia. So yeah, so we're gonna put that. I'm gonna think about it some more if I really want to invest that kind of money in it. But yeah, I thought it would be kind of fun. Either way, it's kind of one of those fantasy type things that you want to do, but you may or may not ever do. So I've been thinking about that. And then I watched Shark Week, because it is Shark Week on Discovery Channel. I think I've talked about that already. You would want silk, double the price, and rock that look even at the grocery store. You would go to the grocery store in your 17th century or 18th. I keep saying 17th century, guys. It's 18th century, 1700s. With the bustle, everything. I can see you going up in there. So some of that stuff is actually really funny because they would use what they call bum rolls. So basically they were, one, to help fill out your skirt if your butt was flat. And two, they helped to distribute the weight from your waist, the weight of your skirts from your waist onto your hips. So basically you would put that on, and then the material would sit on your hips to distribute the weight of your skirts. And yeah, but they're pretty funny. Like if you just see them, it literally looks like somebody took one of those like round pillows and just stuck it at the top of your butt. It's pretty hilarious. I'm imagining Dearly dressed as a 17th century top, complete with big powdered wig. Exactly. She has to wear the powdered wig. Like, you can't even tell me. Yeah. Yeah. Big old powdered wig. We'll roll up into the grocery store. No problem. Anywho, so all of that. And then a few people, mostly Rachel Ray, have convinced me to start the new, I talked about this last week, starting the new Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Halloween Stitch Along. So that starts on Monday. I've already made my list of the few flosses that I need. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need 6 flosses. So that's like $3 worth. So I'm going to pick those up this weekend. For that pattern, I dyed my fabric, which I showed you guys last week. Oh, yeah, we definitely would have to put Rob in the breeches and the jacket. I'm telling you what, those jackets, they do a lot for a guy. A lot. But yeah, we'll put you in some breeches. We'll get you a nice heeled shoe like they wore back then, and a big old white powdered wig. Hello, Lizzie. Welcome. Yeah, and then he can play the piano, and we will dance a quadrille or something. So it's the 17th century. Definitely got to get the most outlandish cake. Yes, we'll get cake, even though that is not what she said. That was all propaganda. But we can totally reenact the French court and wear like boats on our head and stuff. You know, before they all got their heads chopped off. I mean, that was fun. I shouldn't laugh about that, should I? It's kind of mean. Anyway. So yeah, I've kind of gone down that rabbit hole. And I started thinking about our Secret Santa gift exchange. because I think we're going to have to start it earlier this year than we did last year because of everything going on. And I think I'm going to say no AliExpress paintings. I'm not sure about that yet, but I was kind of thinking about it because they're just taking so long with everything that even if we passed out names at the beginning of November, I still don't think people would get it. Would get their stuff in time for Christmas. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Would you be okay with me saying no AliExpress? Your DP from Moon Zero only took 1 month to get. Okay. So here's my worry is that that's going to be back around into flu season again, which means COVID is going to kick back up again. I have a sneaking suspicion. So what I'm worried about is that places are going to be shutting down, are going to be short on staffers, and that's the busiest time of the year for them. You know what I mean? Am I making sense? So what I was thinking about was, hold on, got a needle in my mouth. I was thinking about signups in October. And then I would give out pass out partners in November. And then we would have a December 1st mail by date. So that's kind of what I was thinking. Don't talk with them. Well, you know, it's one of those things. Right, Tia? It is so freaking hot. Oh my gosh. And I know it's hotter there than it is here. And we shouldn't complain. It hasn't been that bad this summer here. So Tia says mail by November 15th. Where can we find the info on the stitch along that I mentioned? So if you go to the frostedpumpkinstitchery.com, and I can say that slower if I need to. frostedpumpkinstitchery.com. You can buy the pattern on there. As of last week, you could not get the kits or the fabric. I couldn't find that fabric anywhere, so I dyed my own. But yeah, Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, they're the ones that are doing it, so all of the fabric will come from them, or all of the patterns will come from them. And then it's a PDF pattern. So if you buy the pattern, the first release is on Monday, the 17th. So they will email you that pattern, and then I think it's every 2 weeks. Rachel Ray talked about it on her Flosstube this, I don't know if it was this last one or the one before that. So, and I'm sure that if you typed that in, you'll find a lot of information about it, Danielle. Okay, so Tia says by the 15th. So we want to do it a little in advanced of Christmas, you guys. Thank you, Odd But Nice. She's on it, you guys. She's over there working hard. I know she's probably sweating down in Houston. Um, but yeah, y'all let me know. Do we even want to do it this year? Do we want to do a Secret Santa this year? I only had one person, I think, last year that totally flaked out. So they're not allowed to participate with us again. Everybody else, I think I got taken care of. There we go. So Tia says yes, just in case shipping and delivery isn't back to normal. Okay. Yeah, Odd but Nice. Your person last year was great. You should definitely ask for them again. Just so you're not aware, I was Odd but Nice's Secret Santa last year, you guys. That girl got a box of stuff for reals. I might have gone a little over budget. Anywho, okay. So we can talk about that a little more. I was just kind of thinking about that this week because it's coming faster than we think. So I kind of wanted to get a read on the room to see who wanted to participate and who didn't. And I've got to go back and watch Rebecca's live tomorrow because I was on the phone while she was live tonight. Yes, Elfster was so easy to use. So easy. And that means that we can also, because we're using Elfster, and you go in and you create your own lists, that means that we can have both stitchers and diamond painters in there because you basically can click on what they want and buy it even if you don't know anything about it, which is one of the things that I liked because some people asked for stuff and I was like, I don't know what this is, but sure. So that's one of the really cool things about it is you just click and buy. So yeah, and you guys know, I was thinking about this the other day when I was stitching. It was very quiet. I didn't have anything on. I was just sitting on the couch and I was stitching. And I don't think you guys can hear it because it's very subtle. But when you pull the floss and the needle through the fabric, you get this noise. And it reminds me of that click noise that the diamonds do. So yeah, I think that's part of why this is so satisfying to just stitch, especially when you're color blocking. Is it's that same kind of repetitive motion and the noise. I really like it. You are putting all your concentration on those punch needles. Listen, that looks really hard. I know it's probably not, but it looks kind of hard. I was not prepared for that. Cross stitch has its own special ASMR. Yeah. Yeah. I probably need to be doing this every day. I need to go back to where I was working at least an hour a night, which is what I was doing during Stitch Mania. I worked on it like an hour every day. Because it really does help with the stress and the anxiety and stuff. And I actually thought about diamond painting tonight. And then I realized I was going to have to move the sewing machine, clean off the desktop, do all the things in order to get that whole setup going that I need. So you guys got stitching again. I'm sorry. Your cross stitch ASMR is filled with frog noises. Poor Mayhem. The frog monster visited her like for reals. Okay, so what you guys have all been waiting on, since we only have about 15 more minutes, is our Wednesday wins section. Don't act like I don't know that y'all just wait around for that and then half of you leave. It's okay. I understand. You got things to do. So, Wednesday wins. What is my Wednesday win this week? I'm going to think about that. And I'm going to let you guys go ahead and tell me your Wednesday wins for the week. Hopefully you all had a better week than I did. So Creative Mayhem's Wednesday win. Good night, Robert. I will talk to you later. Have a good dinner. Creative Mayhem says her Wednesday win, she got the border done on the St. Jude pattern. Awesome. Odd But Nice says diamond painting took over her life last year. She's more balanced now. Yeah, I definitely am about the balance of the crafts. I definitely burned out on the diamond painting, and it was hard. It's hard to go back. So Dawn says her first grandbaby was born. Congratulations, Dawn. That's awesome. Yep, that's right. Okay, we're on. This part of the V is at least correct. Any other Wednesday wins, you guys? Are you all typing furiously? So Odd But Nice got her t-shirt that Crafting with Christy put up on Bonfire today. Awesome. Catherine says her husband brought home a fan. His words were, happy wife equals happy life. I don't cope well in the heat. I do not cope well in the heat either. They did come. That's my Wednesday win, you guys. They came and they charged my air conditioner and they put Freon in it. And it is like living in a new house, honestly. Like, it's amazing. Now, today it's having a little hard time, but it's also 100 plus degrees outside, so that makes sense. Tia's Wednesday win. You have a pop-up live with your son. We ended up hanging out all night. He said he missed us in our time, so we went on at 2 a.m. Oh, my goodness. That was like Saturday, wasn't it? Saturday night, I think. Danielle's Wednesday win is you were able to make more than a few pouches you showed how to do a few weeks ago. Ooh, awesome. I'm so glad somebody was able to use that. That is awesome. Dearly Crafted says her computer is finally fully functional again. Yay her. Yep. She was able to jump on with us. Hasn't had the computer issues. It's nice to have the live-in tech guy. Good Wednesday wins, you guys. If anybody still has one, throw them up. If you do not know what a Wednesday win is, because you happen to be new, a Wednesday win is where we celebrate our wins in life, our successes, our goals being met, anything that is good, happy, positive news, so that we can focus on the positives of our lives and not just the negatives, which are so easy to do. So I started doing these at the beginning of the year, and this is one of my favorite parts of the week that I really look forward to, is seeing what everyone accomplished in the last week and being able to celebrate with you guys. So Brian says his Wednesday win is that you finished your background on your punch needle tonight. You became an affiliate with TSA. Awesome. And you are currently working on your full crystal hummingbird from TSA. Congratulations. Way to go, Brian. So Diamond Painting Queen says you go and pick up a 2020 Chevy Silverado. Ooh, very nice. Very, very nice. Spray that car with some holy water before you get in. Make sure that... How do I find out about TSA? What are you wanting to find out? I would ask the affiliates. So Elliot is probably your go-to guy for that. for who's on here tonight. And then I think I saw Sherry. Did Sherry pop in earlier? Is she working and lurking, or did she pop back out? Sherry's an affiliate, I think. And Rebecca is an affiliate. And I'm forgetting someone. Who am I forgetting, you guys? Because I think there was 5 of them. Oh, Jeremy is an affiliate. Is Jeremy an affiliate? Tia, are you an affiliate? I don't even know who all. Red, Nana, and Jeremy. Thank you. Yeah, so lots of affiliates. They can give you all the information on how that works. But if you signed up and you haven't heard anything, I would probably get with Rachel from TSA. I'm always a go to the source kind of a girl. So I do my research first. And then if I haven't heard anything, talk to the person that's in charge is what I like to do. So thank you all for sharing with us. Yeah, Diamond Queen, like I said, I would talk with Rachel from TSA. I'm not sure other than that. Tia is a new affiliate. You had made an announcement, but since we're announcing it, well, all right, Tia. You're an affiliate now. Just kicked you out of the closet, didn't I? Not even sorry about it. Yes, the St. Jude pattern is still available. We will be taking, that pattern will be available through race day, which is the 19th of September. So we still have a full month that you can still get that pattern. So if you still want it, it is still available. Please feel free to share that on your Instagrams, on your Facebooks, on all of the other things that I don't know about because I don't use them. If you want to make a TikTok video, make a TikTok video and just go for it. But yeah, my goal is $1,500 for this year, which I thought was honestly a pipe dream. I didn't think that I'd get anywhere close to that, you guys. I really didn't. But I set it that high, and we're at, let me look, and I can tell you what we're at as of today. I probably should know this, but I don't. As of today, we're at $1,175 raised for St. Jude. So, yeah. So that is where we are, and that is amazing. It's more than I ever thought that I would be able to raise. So I thank you guys for that, because again, I would not be able to do it without you. Thank you so much. Hey, Jackie, been hanging out back there. Yeah, it is amazing. It really is. Like, you guys are amazing. I can't even. Yes, we're getting there. So we just have a little bit further to go. And if we don't reach our goal, but like I said, that's definitely more than I thought. So if that's the final number, that's the final number, and I'm happy with it. But I feel like we can still reach our goal. So let me end this thread. And then we will start saying goodbye because we only have about 5 minutes before Sherry goes live. I think I'm going to have to get my snag nabbit out again. I played chicken and I think I lost. Oh, maybe not. Let's see if we can do this. Odd but nice. We used, let's see, Kim stitched that on a 32 count even weave, but I did put in the measurements for everything from 14 count Aida or 14 count, whatever fabric, all the way up to, I think, 36 or 40 count. So if you want to do it on Aida, I think Mayhem's doing it on Aida. Mayhem, are you doing it on Aida? Somebody told me they were doing theirs on Aida. And I think somebody's doing it on linen. So I'm excited. Y'all make sure that you post it with the hashtag on Instagram as you start working on things so that we can see how they look different. So Mayhem's doing hers on 28 count even weave. And she kind of did a choose your own color palette. It's similar to the colors that I chose, but it just happened to be whatever she had. Okay. So we are filling in here. This part of this triangle at least is correct. So that is where my counts should be correct there. So I'm very happy with it. So I'm going to keep working on Wednesday. This is going to be my project. I'm going to try to get this finished up this week. And what we were kind of thinking, I'm going to say this and then we'll finish up, is instead of actually filling in her face, I'm actually thinking about just doing the collar and her shoulders and the other half of her hair and then leaving it like that so you can still see all this pink in the background and leaving just the silhouette. We'll have to see how it looks when we get there. So either way, I'm going to leave all of this for the end because I think it'll look really cool just as it is without the flesh tone back here. But either way, guys, hopefully this will keep going. You don't push things. I want to be perfect, so I'm using Aida. You're picking from the colors you have to. I've got a gold, a red, and a blue still, though. Perfect. Yeah. So I'm going to keep working on I'm Not Perky because I really want to be able to hang this up in October. Well, let's face it. It's going to get hung up year-round. Like, let's be honest, you guys. We all know. Once it's done and it's finished, it's going up. So thank you guys so much for spending part of your week with me. I do appreciate it more than I can say. I hope that you all have a great week coming up, that all of the things. Don't forget, if you join us for the Saturday craft chat, we are starting at 9 a.m. Central this week, and we're ending at 10:30 because I have a Stitchy play date to go to. So I didn't want to completely cancel it, so we're moving it up. I know that's really early for some of you guys on the West Coast, but everything's going to get pushed forward. And then hopefully I'll be able to hang out with you guys on Saturday evening in some of the lives. But either way, thank you guys for joining me. Don't forget that Sherry, oh, I just blanked. Oh my goodness. What is her channel name, you guys? Something in, oh wow. Addiction Adventures, is that right? DP Addiction Adventures, is that it? Oh, you guys. Diamond Art Addiction, thank you. Wow. And on that note, I'm going to go eat dinner because apparently my brain has just completely ceased to function. So you guys have a great week. Go check out Sherry and say hi. I will talk to you all soon. Thank you for joining us. And until I see you guys next time, happy stitching or diamond painting or sitting on the couch under the fan. Whatever makes you the happiest right now, go for it. I will talk to you guys later. Good night.